Good day again, YouTubers. Today I want to share a thought that I want to call GPS. GPS, God's plan stands. And I just want to read Romans 4, verse 18 and a few other verses just to capture the idea. Against all hope, Abraham in hope believed, and so became the father of many nations, just as it had been said to him, so shall your offspring be. Without weakening in his faith, he faced the fact that his body was as good as dead, since he was about 100 years old, and that Sarah's womb was also dead. Yet he did not waver through unbelief regarding the promise of God, but was strengthened by his faith and gave glory to God, being fully persuaded that God had power to do what he had promised. You know, there's a saying that says promises are comfort to a fool, but God is faithful to his promises. You know, in Genesis chapter 12, when Abraham was 75, God promised him a son and that God would bring a nation out of him. And it went on until Genesis 21, when Abraham was 125 years later, that God's plan came to pass and his wife conceived. Now in the text that was just read, Paul put it an interesting way. Paul says that Abraham was near dead, he was 100, and that his wife's womb was dead. But we serve the God of resurrection. You know, Abraham was going through anthropause, and Sarah was going through menopause. So they thought they were on a pause, but God's plans can never be put on pause. God's plan will always come to pass. So I want to say to somebody, trust God, because God has a plan to prosper you. And that is the word this morning or today. GPS, God's plan stand. Trust God. He is faithful and he will never fail.